Hey guys, what's up? Time for another review. This time for Zookeeper. My goodness. When I went to see the Smurfs, it was at a drive-in theater, so they were doing a double feature. And this was the second film that was playing with it. Yep, I know. 2 crappy movies for the price of 1! Rather have had 2 mediocre or average movies for the price of 1. This is just flat out awful. Awful on so many levels. My dad and I came up with this theory that any movie that Kevin James stars in, I mean, he can be in it, but it'd still be fine. But if he stars in a movie, if he's the lead, if he's has the lead role, it's gonna be bad. And this movie just proves our theory. It proves it 100% because this movie was awful. First off, it was completely unrealistic. And yes, I know it's about talking animals, but it can still have realistic qualities. And this movie has none. For one thing, who in their right mind would take dating advice from an animal? Animals with no human intellect. Who would do that? You would have to be either mentally retarded, or you would have to be just flat out insane. And I think Kevin James is a good mixture of both. At least that's what he seems like with his movies. And another reason I hated this movie, it is so boring. I'm sorry, but you can make a bad movie, but it could still be entertaining. Believe me, there are plenty of bad movies I have seen that are still entertaining. Transformers 2. I love all the Transformers movies, but everybody has, even the hardcore Transformers fans, have to admit that was a terrible movie. But it was still enjoyable. And Twilight. I can find some entertainment value out of that, unlike some people. And even though those are all bad movies. But this has no entertaining value whatsoever. Throughout the entire movie, half the time I kept looking behind me and to the other screen and seeing what part of Harry Potter was on screen at the time. I could probably name 15 times. I could probably think of 15 times that I turned my head and looked at Harry Potter. And I was doing the same thing with the Smurfs. I was looking behind me and seeing what part of Captain America they were on. My gosh, this was awful. Flat out awful. I hated it. It's not as bad as the Smurfs, but it was still bad. This film gets a nothing. An absolute nothing. Does not deserve anything. Movie should not even exist. It deserves to burn. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe, and this is batprimepotterfilms signing out. Like I said in the last video, that's gonna take some getting used to.